Mummy's Dirty Secrets.
Hello and welcome to Mummy's Dirty Secrets. We're on episode 9.
Woohoo!
I'm Yasmin.
And I'm Kelly. Hello.
What are we talking about today?
Shall we do it? Shall we talk about it? It's
Let's do it.
Red Flag Week. What other names are it?
The red rivers are flowing.
The painters and decorators are in.
Yeah.
No, I can't think of any more again. Why does that always happen? You think
It
100. So it is period week.
It
is period week. Now, to break the ice, I'm going to read out some of these things that I saw on Facebook on another group, which is very funny and also very... is it informative I'm looking for?
Yeah, probably.
It's called the Mummy Bird. She's got a page on Facebook, and she's based in the UK, and she tells a lot of people deals and things that are coming up as well. So it's a good site to look at.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's also stolen this from another site, so I'm going to re-steal. And these are some of the phrases that she put on that just made me howl. So it is about being on the blob.
Yeah.
On the blob week. So being a woman isn't always makeup and big knickers. It's pulling long hairs out of your arse crack after a shower. It's when you have a bath and your vagina swallows a gallon of water and you're walking around 20 minutes after drying and dressing and you still feel like you pissed your knickers. Shaving your fanny as smooth as a baby's bottom and it's so prickly the next day.
Yeah.
Walking in front of your friend and saying, "Can you check me?" when you're not entirely sure if Mother Nature has come to say hello or... she's just showing herself off in your newly washed jeans.
Oh, we all do that, don't we?
Yeah.
Check my jeans.
Looking at Instagram perfect pictures and feeling like a fucking potato.
That
Yeah,
sucks.
I do that a lot. Ripping out a pube on a sanitary towel wing. The small patch you miss whilst you're shaving. The cum run, running from the bedroom to the bathroom.
That's the least dignified thing any woman
Yes.
ever does, isn't it, really? Yeah.
Taking your bra off and literally walking around the house with a red bra outline around your tits from the wire. Thinking you've stopped bleeding, so you're wearing nice underwear and clothes, and then boom, bloody river. Itchy period nipples. When you get random flutters and twitches in your belly and freak out you might be pregnant. I get that a lot, do you?
Yeah.
And I actually researched it, and it's just like gas moving around your abdomen.
It's common after having the baby as well, isn't it? I suppose because air has either gone in. Well, I've had 3 cesareans, and I think because they obviously, you get trapped wind, and I've never had trapped wind in my shoulder, hadn't ever had trapped wind in my shoulder before, but that can go everywhere. And you feel like, did you ever feel like after having the girls, you can feel moving?
Yeah.
Like you've still got baby in there. And I don't know if that's psychological,
but I still get it
physical,
now.
or both.
So I looked it up the other day
Yeah.
because I still get it in quite a lot, and I thought, oh Christ, well, it'd have to be a miraculous conception anyway. But they said it's just like gas moving around, so you're probably another fart's going to come shortly. So when you roll over, you wouldn't get this one. Oh, fanny daggers. Do you ever get that pain?
No.
Have you never had that?
No.
Oh, I do get that. Like
Fanny
when you
daggers.
sit down and it feels like you've sat on a knife. Have you never had it?
In your period, like after having a baby, or after...
In general. I
I've
don't.
had fanny daggers.
Have you not?
No.
Well, I hope you don't. They're not pleasant. When you roll over and get your boob stuck underneath you, you probably wouldn't get that because you're too slim and your boobs are in place. Sneezing half your tampon out. The sting of going for a wee after childbirth. Oh, you had cesarean, so again, oh God, that is stingy, really stingy. Oh, this one made me laugh. That little fart bubble that happens sometimes and it goes up your vag instead of out. Have you ever had that? Yeah. And it comes forward.
I know what you mean.
Isabella says that sometimes. Yeah. It's not a funny fart. It's like it's an air bubble that comes forward, isn't it? Yeah. And Isabella says, "Oh, I just had that go up my foo-foo."
We always used to laugh because if we used to go sailing wearing a wetsuit, that it has nowhere to go, so it can come. My dad always used to say it comes out the bottom, up the back, and up the back of the neck.
What a fart!
Yeah.
When they've got you in that angle during doggy and the air just builds up and up in your fanny and all you want to do is push it out.
Oh, and you just know that there's going to be funny farts after that.
There's going to be a
you
noise.
just know it, yeah.
Having to hold onto your boobies when you run up the stairs without a bra on. I do that regularly. I'm not sure I've done this one. At night, just randomly putting your hand down your underwear and spreading your flaps just because it's comfy. I'm not sure I've done that one before.
No, I've not done that. I do like to sleep sometimes with an arm in between my legs.
Yeah, I do.
That makes sense.
I lie on mine sometimes like that.
Yeah.
That makes them go dead. Having to scoop your boobs back into your bra when they're uncomfortable. Yep, do that. Sneezing when you're on the period is not good. Getting that shaving rash 2 days after shaving, and it really kills against any underwear. And you look like you've got crabs because you're just itching it all day. Well, so that's from Mummy Bird's page on Facebook. So it's worth having a look at because it's quite funny.
Of that itchy thing. I don't know if it was thrush or what it was, but have you ever had severe itching?
What, in your phalangitis?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I did when I was pregnant with Lexi. And I had to go, I was going for a check. Like
to the point you can't even walk anywhere. I remember not being able to go in the supermarket because I'm thinking at some point I'm going to have to really scratch my fanny. I can't. I remember sitting in the car and saying to Ben, I can't do it. I cannot do it. That bad. I don't know if that just was really bad. I had a cream anyway and it went away.
Were you pregnant? Or was it just random?
Pregnant. No, it was actually when we first went to France. So it's probably only about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Oh, you waited that long. No, I was pregnant and I remember having to look up what itchy and scratchy was, not the cartoon, to say to the doctor, when they ask is everything okay, and I want to say, yeah, it's really itchy.
Yeah.
I got really itchy phalangitis. And then, so he wrote a prescription for me, then I had to go to the chemist. And there's a young lad who works in the chemist in Turin, who's a really nice guy. And I'm like, yeah, can I have some cream for my itchy fanny, please?
Yeah.
But I think it was just thrush with pregnancy.
Oh.
I don't think I've had it at any other time.
Luckily, I've not had it since. But because it's not a nice place to obviously have to want to scratch.
And you kind of walk.
You
do that walk where your legs are really close together to try and itch it yourself with your jeans, don't you?
I think the only thing I can compare it to is when you've got really bad mosquito bites and you can't not scratch them.
Yeah,
it was like that. I was thinking it's have to, but once you've started, you've broken the seal. You can't stop.
When I was pregnant, this isn't anything to do with periods really. I had really here.
Yeah,
I don't know whether it was to do with pregnancy, but oh my God, it used to drive me mad, and I couldn't stop. And then it was sort of getting further and further down my arms. And I ended up, I think Rob's mum gave me some steroid cream was the only thing that could...
Oh, did it help?
Yeah, because it was just like my bingo wing area when I was... It was really weird, really weird.
Obviously not itchy palms and feet and stuff.
No.
Because I was observed for the thing it's called something like obstetric cholestasis or something, where you get all the itching.
That's a big word.
Do you know of that one?
No.
It's a liver condition that you can get, and it can lead to horrible things.
Oh.
So I was observed for that, but I was itching all over my body. But luckily, I only got it with cover because that was unbearable.
Oh, because I did about 3 years ago. My whole body was just covered. It started on like my inner thighs. So I thought it was just a bit of chub rub, and then it sort of spread up my tummy, all up my chest, and I thought it was heat rash.
Right, yeah.
I'd gone to the doctors, and she said it was urticaria, which is like hives.
Oh, okay.
But I was almost like head to foot covered in it, and it was so itchy.
I was thinking about the one. What's like the adult chicken pox called? What's that called?
Doesn't it? I've had it. So shingles.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I had that when I was about 11.
Not nice apparently.
No, and it only goes on one half of your body apparently. I had it on my chest, from just around my left side, from to the middle of my chest round to my spine.
Yeah,
literally just on one half of me.
Oh,
and so I'll say about 11, I think, something like that. And my mum had this paint that she had to paint on them, and it was almost like nail varnish. And I remember as it absorbed, I could taste it as it went in my skin. Yeah, that was weird, because it's the nerve endings left over from chicken pox, isn't it? Apparently.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's quite dangerous in older people, isn't it?
It
apparently.
Is. Yeah. Oh, so what sort of stuff have you done on your period then?
Well, do you know what? I've been really quite lucky to not suffer badly, really, with them. But just lately, and especially this last one, I've just been in incessant rages. Like really, and whether maybe I'm coming up to menopause as well, I don't know. But my God, yeah, I've just been awful.
Right.
My temper is just like.
And I feel like I've got a little voice inside my head that's like, you're being an irrational cow. Stop it! Like
yes.
there's some sort of control panel in there, but I can't stop it anyway.
Yeah.
Still do it.
Yeah, and afterwards I feel like, I shouted at Isabella for, not putting her socks on or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, I just didn't need to do it like that.
Yeah.
Like completely irrational. But that's only lately. Ordinarily, I would say that mine haven't really been heavy. The only thing I get is my boobs absolutely kill. Always. With like when about a week before I'm due on.
Yeah.
So painful. And then when I was pregnant, they were really sore throughout.
Yeah.
Like you can't even touch them. They're that sore.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Come on then, what have you been doing? How many people have you murdered?
I think anyone that's had the privilege of being in a relationship with me has been broken up with twice a month, every month.
Right.
Really.
Okay. So the emotional
once
side
the week before I come on my period, and then probably once again. You get the rage bits, you get cross with them the week before.
Yeah.
And then I'd get emotional and upset, and then so they get broken up with once at the beginning, and then once when I'm in the middle of the period. So that's pretty much every month.
Yeah. Well,
even when I was married, it was like something in my head was completely convincing me that there is no way I can stay with this person. Yeah. And then afterwards, even a day or 2 days later, I'm like, oh, hold on a minute.
Yeah, let's have a think about this.
That might have been my hormones.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I had an ex who actually used to chart my periods on his calendar.
Oh, really?
So that he knew.
So that he'd stay away.
Irrational bitch was coming. Yeah.
Well, it's awful. Who's that comedian? I mean, he's not very politically correct. Chubby Brown. He always used to say that he couldn't trust women because who dies for 5 days a month who bleeds for 5 days a month and doesn't die? Well, it's quite true, really, isn't it? I'm just trying to think if I have any other. There's always been them embarrassing moments when you've come on and you haven't realised, and
absolutely.
Usually when you're wearing white, in the middle of summer with a nice white floaty dress on, and you've got this great big jumper tied around your waist. You think, why have you got that?
And it's a cold day as well, and you've got goosebumps, and everyone's going, "Aren't you cold? Just put your jumper on."
No, I'm fine.
Absolutely fine.
I much prefer to wear my jumper tied around my waist. It's much better. Yeah.
I kind of have to initiate new partner. Oh, I'm not saying it like I've had loads. I'm always on about this, aren't I? My barrage of lovers. No, I have to initiate people quite soon into the have I leaked thing because. There's nothing worse, is there, than thinking, have you? So I do have to get them on board quite quickly, checking my clothes, when I get out the car, if you laugh, if you sneeze, especially on those heavy days. Yeah.
It's like that fountain coming out, isn't it? Yeah.
And I think where I'm small as well, there's really not that much. I have to wear the big, massive, heavy pads.
Yeah.
Don't do tampons because there's something about it being natural when something goes in, when you're in an excited state, right? And that's all right. But for me, is it called a sphincter on the front and the back? Or is that just your arsehole?
I think it's your bumhole, isn't it? Sphincter, yeah.
What would that be called then? Your cervix?
Inside. Yeah, cervix. Yeah.
That, whenever I pull a tampon out, just clamps shut.
Oh.
It's like I have to psych myself up for it. Now, I mean... bigger things go up there. There's only a small thing coming out, but I can't do it.
And it doesn't want to release.
Do it.
It doesn't want to come out.
I just don't like it.
I find them very uncomfortable now I've had children. I think probably everything's drooped a bit, isn't it?
And especially when you get to the end where it's the brown stage and you've got to pull a dry one out.
Yeah, that's on that list. It's like Satan all over, isn't it? Pulling a dry one out. Oh, God, that turns you inside out, doesn't it?
And because you're dry up there, whereas obviously after sex it's not. It just comes out, it just slips out,
and it's attached to someone else usually.
So it's actually really hard when you wear big granny pads to actually get clothes and jeans and knickers to look all right.
I always check that you can't see the outline of the pad.
Yeah, so you normally can on mine. And just have to roll with it. Anyway.
Wear a long jumper or something. Yeah.
Hence today the longer shirt covering the bum.
Yeah,
heavy day number 2.
Floaty schmock.
So
yeah, because I always think because I wear big pads as well. so you always think that it looks like a nappy, and can you see it from the back?
As I said to you before, and also I had that scare with going on a night out, getting really drunk, having one up there, not taking it out and putting another one in.
Oh, yeah.
And then not knowing till the next morning. And then you get one and then you're like, what's this as well?
Yeah.
I can't. And I don't really go out and get drunk anymore. I'm not quite boring and conservative now. But still, that was
haunted
enough for me.
you. Well, I worked with this friend who was a nurse, which probably still is, I'd imagine. I always keep writing
Did you
people
kill her
don't I?
off?
Yeah, I had this friend once. She's no longer with us. Yeah, she was saying that one of the things she's had to do on quite a few occasions was find tampons that women can't find. So she's had to go in and try and find.
Oh right.
So they've gone to the nurse and I can't find my tampon, and she's had to rummage in and pull it out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd like that.
No.
I'm not sure I'd be keen on that sort of job.
Well, it's like you were saying before, being a dancer cutting the string, which is a good idea.
Yeah.
But then I'd worry that little bugger's going to get lost.
Yeah. I don't think I did. I would use sort of like either tuck it up
When you go
somewhere.
swimming as well, do you worry about that? The string, and it's like you just have to poke it all inside.
Or I normally
put it up
put it
and
between
push
my
it
bum
in.
cheeks, roll it over the back, and use it to tie my hair up with. That's it. Then I don't jump in because it makes my hair fall out. Yeah, funny old things, aren't they? Really.
There was a list, probably not too dissimilar to yours, of funny things that happen when we're in our period.
Who was it?
Secret things that most women have done on their period but don't talk about. Inspected a blood clot on the toilet paper after wiping. This one come up the other day, which we spoke about. Why is it when you wipe your bum after you've had a poo that there is more blood, and you think has the blood come out of my bum?
Yeah.
And there's no poo on the toilet paper. What's that? What's that all about? And I thought I was the only one. And when I read it, I thought, oh
God, thank God it's not just me. Yeah.
That's really. Layered up pads to make a pad nappy so you don't leak in the night.
Yeah.
I've done that.
I had some pads. I bought them in panty liners, and the actual sticky back is thicker than the panty liner itself. I don't think they're. So I normally have to wear about 7 of those. Because I was looking at it and it took me ages to try and get the backing off. And when I looked at it, the actual backing
I've
was
not seen
thicker.
any like that.
They were so thin. I don't know. What's the point?
Yeah.
I really don't know what the point of those was.
That's never going to work on heavy days. That's going to slip out between the
No,
wings and straight into the
I don't even
trousers,
think that
isn't it?
would work on a normal day when you're just having normal seepage.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, pointless.
No, you can't be doing that. Yeah, it's just... I'll go past the ones that we've kind of already stood up and felt the full force of that flow.
Yeah.
Pooed way more than normal thanks to those notorious period shits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they're always vile, aren't they? Period farts and period poos are awful.
They are. Use toilet paper as an emergency. I do this
Yeah.
all the time because
Yeah, I
I'm
do.
Mrs. Underprepared.
Yeah, or you don't think it's going to be as heavy, so you haven't got an extra one in your bag.
No, that's
Toilet
it.
paper is, but when it's that really crispy toilet paper, that's really, you've got to like scrunch it first, haven't
Yeah.
you?
I'll take
Yeah.
one for the team here, and I could have said it happened to a friend, but I'm going to say it happened to me. I'm going to own it. And my friend actually took one for the team for me because we were out and we went. I had a maxi dress on, quite a flowy one because it's tight under the bust, but it's that perfect kind of, if you sit down, you can just let your bloke come out when you're on your period.
Yeah.
And I went to the
Empire
toilet.
line, isn't it? That I think.
That's it. It just
Yeah.
kind of, it was just a nice cut for being on the period.
Yeah.
And I went to the toilet and it was heavier than expected. Did I just come on? I can't remember whatever it was. I didn't have a pad with me, or maybe I was at the end and I thought, that what we spoke about. You think you're at the end, so you chance it.
Yeah, wear nice knickers and boom.
Went to the toilet and I thought, oh Christ, I've got a bit of a situation here. So I padded myself out with toilet roll. Unbeknown to me, some had obviously come away, which if you've got jeans, that's not going anywhere. And in a maxi dress, it fell onto the floor on my way out of the toilet. I came down some steps and sat back down where I was. And the steps where we were was in view from where we were sitting. My friend then went to the toilet and And she just swooped it, put it in her bag, and she went, "It's all right, Matt, I've just taken one for the team." She had a little bit of tissue there.
Well done.
And I said, and I was mortified. And
So
I thought,
did you know it plopped out your pants?
No, no. And I said,
good
"Was it
for
covered
her.
in blood?" And she went, "Mm-hmm."
What
and
a
she
good
just popped
friend.
it straight in her
Oh,
handbag.
bless her.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good friend, that is, yeah.
That is.
Because somebody gone, ah!
Yeah.
And had a panic attack.
What's this?
Yeah.
Someone's got blood on it.
Whose is this? Come on.
Yeah.
Whose is it? You can have it back.
And yeah, we've all like that whole thing where you go to the toilet and there's blood in the bowl afterwards.
Yeah.
But you doesn't notice when it flushes. It just kind of settles on the bottom.
Yeah.
And you think,
Yeah.
oh.
It's really heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I did it once and I hadn't flushed the toilet. And I think Rob then went to the toilet and thought, he's like, oh, no, I'd been. And then either Isabella or Lexi had gone straight after me.
Yeah.
And then Rob wanted to go. So it hadn't been flushed because it was like, everyone, quick, panic, I need to go. And because Lexi or Isabella had been before, he thought it was one of them two.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God, what's that? And I went, don't worry.
It was
me. Yeah. They are.
And I mean, I don't have a bath, just a dirty cow, really.
Yeah.
I've
thought
only
it was
got
me.
a shower. But I do love a bath when I'm on my period because it's that sort of soothing on your tummy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then you are sharing your bath with your friends, aren't you?
Yeah, with little red rivers floating around
Little
you.
bits.
It's your own natural bath bomb.
Like our conversation about where does spunk go in the bath.
Yeah, like period blood.
It is a bit like just floats
little
around, doesn't
crimson ribbons floating around you, which is pretty. Just put more bubbles in. Nobody will know.
Cover it up.
Yeah. Oh, they are funny things, aren't they? Oh, that was it. I did have one. I did put a Tampax in a few periods ago. I can't remember which one. And I was getting dressed, and Lexi was in the bedroom. And of course, they're bum level, aren't they? You know, when they're about 4 years old. And she's like, "What's that, Mummy?" Trying to pull it out. And I'm like, "Get off!" And she's chasing me around because she wants to pull because she can just see this string. So she's determined to pull it. And I'm like, "Leave it!" So I quickly threw my pants on. And then, like a few days later, she's like, "Mummy, can I pull one of those things again?" I'm like, "No."
Oh, maybe she was expecting silly string to come out your mouth or something.
Oh, she'd have been shocked when the silly string came out the other end. Yeah. Yeah. And Isabella always wants to know when she can put one of those pads in her pants.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah. Yeah, the things that us women have to go through, eh?
I mean, obviously I have to wear them if we go swimming or anything like that, which I don't really enjoy.
Yeah.
But there was once when we went to a water park, it was when we were in Florida, and there was this girl on the steps, just a few steps, again, eye level to us,
Yeah.
who had a pad in her bikini bottoms.
Oh.
Rather swollen and,
Oh,
yeah.
no. Oh, no. That's like when nappies explode in swimming pools, isn't it?
Yeah. And,
Oh, dear.
And Ben at the time nudged me and said, just make sure you don't get on the same slide after her, love.
Oh, no. Oh, bless her. What a shame.
Yeah.
I guess some people either don't like wearing tampons or...
Which is fine, but maybe
Yeah.
don't go on a water slide.
Yeah,
So,
perhaps.
yeah.
Or they can't wear them. Some people can't put them in, can they? They are weird. Sometimes when you get the wrong angle. You're like, oh, God, that's awful.
They always go off to one side,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah, and then you're you're trying to shunt it around
You're
as
trying
you
to
walk.
adjust yourself quite sort of discreetly, and you get
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
sellotape.
I started mine quite late, though. I think I was about, 15, 16. I was quite late, a really late starter.
That's funny, isn't it? Whereas I started really early, but I've just looked like a 12-year-old girl ever since. I think I developed early, and then I just finished early.
Yeah,
So-
I think because I did dancing all the time, I think the more athletic you are, the longer you take to develop in that sense, apparently. So
Yeah.
someone told me. So I think that might be why.
Maybe.
Although saying that, a friend that I danced with all the time, she was 9 when she started. 9. I'd hate Isabella to start now. I think that's... You've got so many years
just
of it.
primary school age. It was like year 6, the last
What's
year
that?
of primary school that I started. But most
old
of
is
my
that?
friends were in secondary school. Are you sort of about 10, 11?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that is early,
Yeah.
isn't it? Blimey. Yeah, and there's so many years of it, isn't there?
But then, I think when you start and all your friends are starting at the same time, first few years of secondary school, it's sort of something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Whereas I think I just pretended that I started the same time.
Right.
because I was embarrassed. And at that age, I mean,
You are
we
very
wore
young, aren't you?
little skirts and stuff, and we'd play chase and tag, and the skirts would, because they'd have a little sort of little what's it called? Pleat? Not a pleat.
Yeah.
Like like a gap in them, the way that the skirts were made.
Right, so you could
And
run.
because there's a seam here, that naturally would just split the whole way up when you've been running. And I just remember being really embarrassed to play playground games and stuff.
Yeah,
because
because you'd have had a padding, wouldn't you? Yeah.
And if anyone found out at that age, you would just be teased for it. So.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Yeah. They should let you. They should always. Everyone should start at 14 or something. And you know it's coming. Then you'd have period parties, a cake with a period on it, and
That's probably going to happen, isn't it? I mean, we've got on board with loads of. Well, I mean, it's not an American thing, is it? But baby showers are an American thing.
I'm sure I've heard or seen something in America where they've done like period parties.
Well, people do divorce parties now, don't they?
Oh, everything parties,
Yeah.
don't they? Yeah, blimey.
And now, word of the week.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm going to go with No, I can't do it. Catopatronophilia. Catopatronophilia.
So it's a fetish,
Yes.
again, with the philia bit. See, how do you spell it?
Kato, but it's the fact that we've then got Ptronophilia.
Obviously, I'm thinking cats, but it's spelled with a K, so it's not going to be a cat, is it? Catoptrono. It sounds quite robotic.
Where do these words come from?
Yeah. Who gives the go-ahead to make these words up?
I know.
Listen, I've made this, and this is what it looks like. I know what I'm going to call that. I'm just going to just grab a handful of letters out of the Scrabble bag, and we'll
That's
go
what
with
someone's
it.
done, isn't it?
Catop. I don't know. It sounds like quite robotic. Is it like maybe someone who likes to have sex with a robot?
That's a good one, but it's not.
But it's not.
I actually had an ex who divulged
Another ex?
Yeah, another one. And he divulged is it divulged? He
Yeah,
divulged that he used to do, or that he
this.
does this. Yeah, so this is when a person has an obsession with performing the act of self-pleasure in front of a mirror.
Oh, wow. That's a very difficult word for
Isn't it? For
something
what it
I would
is,
say
yeah.
was quite...
Mirrorphilia would have been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or watchy wanky philia.
Watchy wanky. I bloody love that.
What do you suffer with? I've got watchy wanky philia. Cat. What is it again?
Catopatronophilia.
That's a really complicated word for that.
Catopatronophilia.
So I assume it's for male or female?
Yes, according to a report on Refinery 29, self-induced arousal is actually quite common. Some experience it more like an orientation in that they feel more aroused by themselves than by others and that they are called autosexuals. They enjoy seeing their reflections as they masturbate. It's the ultimate experience. Personally, not my bag.
Oh, God, I don't like looking at myself in the mirror ever.
I can appreciate, which I think is the case, a lot of people have been there and done that, either a mirror or a silhouette when you're in the act with somebody else.
Yes. Yeah, that's can
Seeing
be quite
that
erotic.
can be a bit erotic.
Yeah.
Would I ever want to watch my... Absolutely not. That would put me right off.
No, I wouldn't want to watch myself doing it.
But for me, and I think for many people, it's quite a private thing anyway. I can... But then also for men, there's the whole... There's
visual.
There's there,
it's more visual.
Isn't it? It's more visual.
In all sense,
yeah.
isn't it? Because you can
Yeah.
see the ejaculation.
You actually got the whole thing there.
Yeah.
So...
But what
but
a complicated word.
Yeah. I kind of thought, is it a bit vain when he told me that? I was a bit like, okay, in front of a mirror, okay.
I don't know.
But I wonder if it is probably more common than maybe we think.
Yeah.
So.
And are they watching their own eyes in their reflection, or are they watching their
That's
winkies?
it. Yeah, because obviously they're having sex in front of a mirror. For a lot of people, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is odd, but I think when it's solo, it's just a new dimension. It's different thing altogether.
Or are they thinking about someone else whilst they're doing it? Or are they thinking, whoa, I look good? Or not? Or, yeah. Interesting.
Or is it from the angle they want to know what they look like? When
like I did with my
they
friend.
do? Yeah, well, it might be that.
Yeah, very interesting. But what a complicated word for it.
Yeah.
I think, can we go to Susie Dent, the woman who does dictionary corner? Can we change it to what's your wankophilia?
Yeah, that's what we'd like,
Yeah,
really.
that's really complicated.
Makes a lot
but
more sense.
how interesting.
now.
I wonder how many people would say, or I wonder if it's a fetish and that's, they do it every day or quite often, or have some people just done it once to see what it looks like?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I wonder if there's a lot more people who've done it.
I got the impression
One-off.
with him it was a regular thing.
Oh, with your
Yeah,
ex, yeah. If he's told you about it, yeah. Looking at yourself, or are you looking at the action, or both?
Yeah.
Are you like staring into your own eyes? And, come on, we can do this. We can do this.
We can do it together.
Yeah. I love you. I love you too. No, I'll never leave you.
Maybe it's an act of self-love in more ways than one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I don't think I can still pronounce it though. No.
Catopatronophilia.
Catopatronophilia.
And now it's time for the agony aunt of the week.
Okay, so we've got an agony aunt here. Dear Mummy's Dirty Secrets, my girlfriend has scatty COVID rules and is making me wear condoms again. So basically, this guy goes on to say that his girlfriend has said he's got to wear a face mask in bed.
Right.
She is suggesting that they have hot showers before and after intercourse, and if he takes too long to climax, he may need to have a willy wash in the middle.
Oh.
Right.
Wow.
So yes, he's complained about the heating and the hot water bills, but she has said she's worth it.
Wow. I don't know. I didn't think you could catch it from sperm, could you?
No, I wouldn't. I don't even know. I think I don't even know what to say.
Not really. I think, everybody's got their own levels of thoughts about this situation, haven't they? And lots of levels of fear. That was my phone. I do apologise, but I cannot turn it off. Like that? No, not the phone itself. I'm not that addicted, but I can't turn the sound off. It just won't go. I don't know.
That's an agony aunt within an agony aunt. If anyone knows the answer to that
to turn
one,
my phone
let us
off.
know.
I cannot turn it. I've turned every volume possible, and it just won't turn off. Well, I don't know if he's. So what's is he moaning about the heating bills, or it's just a lot of?
I think he just feels it's a bit much.
Well,
Because,
yeah.
I mean, for me personally, a big part of sex is kissing as well.
Yeah.
And I think if you've both got a mask on, it's
How
not
can
very
you kiss?
intimate,
Yeah.
is it?
But if you trust your partner and if you're living with them and you trust
Is
them,
it a trust issue, or is it just that you don't want to pass any form of germs at all? In which case, I suppose that's where the condoms come in. They're trying to be as safe as possible.
in all respects, yeah.
Yeah. But would there be a massive difference to, if you're both wearing a mask and you can't kiss anyway, could you not do doggy without a mask? Because presumably you sit there and have dinner together.
Yeah, unless she
you're-
makes him wear a mask at all times. Yeah, that's a very awkward one. It's a very, very difficult situation.
It would make me feel uncomfortable. I respect it, and especially if she is scared, because it has instilled fear in a lot of people.
Yeah, it definitely has.
And
yeah.
I do feel for her there.
Yeah. So I'm guessing he doesn't have as much fear or any fear
No,
that
it
she
doesn't
has. So
sound
it's
like it.
yeah. I think if they're living together and they're not wearing it at other times, then why during sex? Because if you are living together,
And also a good call would be, are they kissing aside from that, or are they not kissing at all?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to get from A to B, normally there's kissing involved.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
To kind of pick that excitement. But, I mean, it is going to feel like a very, what's the word called? Not like sanitised, but very
Clinical,
hygienic kind of
yeah.
exchange then, isn't it? And are
Yeah.
you going to feel
Loved
loved
and, yeah,
and-
that that contact and the
Yeah,
skin to skin.
I can understand the condom side of it if that's how she wants to feel safe.
But I don't know to what extent of bodily fluid
Is actually
is it
gonna
passed
make
on.
it.
Yeah, because I thought it was like a viral
Yeah.
spit air thing. So what's that got to do with sperm? I don't know.
I think on that one, maybe they're going to have to talk to. I was going to say like a medical professional, but there's so much contradicting.
Oh, there is
stuff
isn't
even
there?
there, isn't
yeah,
there?
it's such a weird situation at the minute. It really is. And like you say, some people have just become super paranoid about absolutely everything, and that's fine. That's I'm not super paranoid myself because I want to live my life.
No, that's exactly that's it. And I mean, I think I would. I don't want to suggest that this is the case. Maybe she's really safe and really clinical in every other aspect. I'd almost want to. To me, it would be like, oh, do you just not want to?
Yeah, maybe there are other underlying issues. Yeah, and also we don't know what one of them might work in a very heavily, densely populated place, which might make them more fearful.
That's it.
If they're sort of always around. Maybe he is. Maybe he works somewhere where there's lots of people around, and she could be worried when he comes home.
Yeah. Could you, in that sense, if you can't, and she genuinely is scared and she doesn't want to compromise, could you maybe play with that a little bit? Maybe you don't have sex as much, but when you do, maybe you could do a bit of role play or something, or dress up. Take your attention away from the fact that you've got a mask and it is all very clinical. Maybe you could sort of kind of pretend to be strangers or something like that, and that might take his mind off of it, and also her mind off of the fact that she's
worried
a bit
about
worried
it.
about it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I hope it. I hope it all ends soon anyway, and they can get back to normality. But that's a shame.
It's a shame. Hope you sort it
good
out.
luck. Yeah, good luck with that one.
Oh, thank you for listening to Mummy's Dirty Secret.
And we'll be back again next Saturday at 9 p.m. So please like, share and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye then.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Mummy's Dirty Secrets.